All right, joining me now is Jeff Katz, host of the Jeff Katz Show at WRVA in Richmond, Virginia, and Dustin Olson, a pollster for American Pulse Research and Polling. Dustin, to you, what does this tell you? What are you looking for as a pollster as we head into the final stretch here?
Well, typically you'd see in the off-year elections right after a big presidential year, the party that's out of power in the White House would be doing really well in these off-year elections. And we're not actually seeing that this year. You would expect in a place like New York City and New Jersey and Virginia, all blue areas, that you would have the Democrats doing really well. In New York City, we have a majority of people talking about how they can stop the Democratic nominee. Mamdani is likely going to win, but he's not actually super popular. In New Jersey, we have the Republicans being close, and then the same thing now in Virginia. Now that Spanberger clip is just crazy to me because she could easily not get asked about this again just by denouncing the text and pulling her endorsement from Jones, yet she refuses to do that. So a lot of this has to do with her own actions, and it's having an impact not just in the AG's race, but in her race. Also, the lieutenant governor. That campaign is within a couple of points. And then to my colleague's point about the special session, this is amazing to see what they're doing because they're also taking all the Republican delegates who are in competitive races off the field. Either they choose to fight these gerrymandering efforts, or they go out there and they campaign in these waning days of the election. So it puts them all kind of in a tough bind.
Yep.
Jeff, to that point, do you think the voters here in Virginia are seeing through all of this, what the Democrats are doing with the dirty tricks?
I certainly hope so, but I can't guarantee anything. I don't know. I am very, very concerned, Todd. We know that the Democrats are fearful because they've brought in folks like Pete Buttigieg and Bill Nye, the pseudoscience guy, and Barack Obama coming in to campaign for Abigail Spanberger and the other Democrats. If you were massively ahead, you wouldn't be pulling this in the last couple of days. And again, this special session is just dirty tricks is a very kind description of it. The Democrats are very concerned. Their internal polling showing this is a much closer race than they are trying to project. Will Virginia voters see through it? I just don't know, Todd. I just don't know.
Yeah, Dustin, by the way, Jay Jones, let's take a look at some of the polling data. They're now trailing the Attorney General, the incumbent, Jason Miyares. Now, before the scandal broke, Jones led by 6 points. What's the deal in Virginia? It seems like they sort of have a Kansas problem where they swing back and forth between the two parties with really no logical explanation.
Yeah, well, the state has definitely become more blue and maybe purple, but it is true the House of Delegates has swung in like 3 of the 4 last election cycles. So that definitely is the case. And also one of the things I would say to what Jeff was saying is absolutely true. They're trying to gin up support. There seems to be some level of desperation. We've seen in California with Prop 50, that's Gavin Newsom's gerrymandering initiative, that started off not that strong, but now the yes side of that vote is over 50% and trending towards 60%, which means that it's likely going to pass at this point. And I think the Virginia Democrats would like a little bit of that magic because it's been very simple messaging: vote yes to stop Donald Trump. And in Virginia, I think they want a little bit of that magic. Just vote yes for the Democrat for delegate to be able to stop Trump. I think they're also looking for this to gin up support and get their vote out.
All right, fellas, going to be
Absolutely.
a lot of fun watching the races next week. Jeff Katz, the final word there.
Yeah, I think that is a very, very apt description of what's going on here. And it is a desire to undo, frankly, the will of the Virginia people. We just voted a few years back for a constitutional amendment that put in place a nonpartisan commission. 11 seats right now, 6-5 Democrat. If they get it back in control of the Democrats and in the legislature, it's probably going to be 9-2. It's just going to be outrageous.
Yep.
All right, Jeff Kantz, Dustin Olson. Guys, we're going to have to leave it there. Really appreciate you coming on Newsmax tonight. Thanks a lot, fellas.